Hi guys, I'm Nina, you're the interviewing hipster darlings, and today I'm going to talk about labels. So labels are a thing that happen in life a lot. You either take them as your own or you get them thrusted upon you, and you don't really get a choice in that. So one of the things, and this was brought to my attention by UntappedInkwell, who is fantastic, and I also sort of wrote a post about this morning about Gemma Simmons on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I will link both of those posts in the doobly-doo down below. But one of the things that I was thinking about is that labels are very useful in talks about privilege and, you know, how we can be better people, because I have experienced a lot of that, both on the fact that I am white and I get to be a part of the privilege, but also because I am queer and a woman and I do not have a theology that I follow, and so those are all making me sort of privileged, you know, not a privileged person in the back. So these are very interesting qualities. And when we look at privilege, it is very important to know, you know, who is who in this sort of fight and why things have power. So basically, labels have power because other people have typically used labels as a form of suppression. And that is important. But also, we use certain labels to inherently mean power. And those are also important. And I think those ideas are super important. The other part of this is that when we use labels, we are making things into an us versus them narrative. And this isn't so clear-cut. Like, in the privilege battle, like, it is very helpful to know, like, who can use things and who cannot, because those things are very, very different. But like when we talk about ship wars in fandom, like that is a very interesting and complex place to be, because the power is in the label. And that's very weird. Basically, labels are, you know, another way of narrating this us versus them narrative, which John talked about in his last video, and you should go watch that video because it pretty much makes the point that I'm trying to make. Basically, especially when we're talking about women and how women are supposed to be ladylike and quiet and polite, and when they are not, they get thrown nasty labels and nasty mean names at them, which is bullshit. Absolute and utter horseshit, and I hate you if you use those labels. Not really. I don't hate you. I might side-eye you quite a bit, but I don't hate you. Basically, that's a lot of the point, is that when we make a label and we thrust that label on somebody and they're just that thing, we are so not seeing the complexity of life. And that's the point that John was trying to make in that last video, and I think that's the point I've made for this entire video, so I'm gonna go. What's your thoughts on labels? Leave those down in the comments below. Also, what are some labels that you've had unfairly thrust upon you at any time in your life? Leave those down in the comments too. I'm interested to see what people come up with, because it is very weird to be, like, labeled as something that you have not previously owned. So yeah, that's a thing I wanted to talk about. Hopefully this video is good and not rambly and not too many ums. I'm gonna go now. Till I see you next. Bye guys.